And welcome back. House Speaker John Boehner bypassed the White House, inviting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu to speak to Congress. In his controversial speech today, the Prime Minister warned that the proposed nuclear deal with Iran would be dangerous for Israel. Our D.C. team brings us more from Washington.
For Benjamin Netanyahu, it was standing ovations after weeks of controversy as the prime minister rose above the drama and addressed a packed House chamber, stressing that it's regrettable his speech was ever seen as a political move just weeks before he's up for re-election. He asked lawmakers to stand with Israel. The prime minister's speech was a last-ditch plea in front of Congress to convince the White House to stop a nuclear deal with Iran. He asked for Congress to stop Iran's, quote, march of conquest, subjugation, and terror for the sake of his country's survival.
This deal has two major concessions. One, leaving Iran with a vast nuclear program. And two, lifting the restrictions on that program in about a decade. That's why this deal is so bad. It doesn't block Iran's path to the bomb. It paves Iran's path to the bomb.
But not all lawmakers gave applause from the floor. As many as 60 decided not to attend. A few members of the House Democratic Caucus expressed their opposition immediately after the speech, saying that the prime minister threatened President Obama's authority on the matter, and they called his appearance an act of political theater and fear-mongering of the worst kind.
He took the place of the president and spoke from where the president speaks in the State of the Union. It was putting him on an equal level with the president of the United States in Washington, D.C. and the Congress. And that was wrong, and that's why I didn't attend.
Another concern among Democrats is that they say Netanyahu undercut the president's negotiations with Iran without offering any viable alternatives. And with that, I'll turn to my colleague Patrick Hussion at the White House with more. Patrick.
Thank you, Augusta. In the big speech to Congress today, Prime Minister Netanyahu hinted that he may be more concerned with an overall regime change in Iran than quelling nuclear negotiations with the U.S. Of course, the president was not there, but the White House has plenty to say in response. Upon hearing the speech, senior administration officials are looking to make it very clear to Israel that the U.S. does not trust the Iranian regime, and therefore negotiations will only go forward with complete transparency on Iran's part. But for now, they will go forward. Prime Minister Netanyahu is demanding that Iran yield completely in its nuclear plans. But in response to that, the Obama administration says it's not a plan. Without a deal, Iran will certainly advance its program. At the White House, Patrick Hussion, One American News.